Okay guys, thank you for watching my video today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this trip, my short trip and my vlog today. So please keep watching and supporting this channel. And please, if you have any comments, please leave a comment below. And I want to thank everybody once again. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Well, welcome back. We are here in East. We got Brain Freeze. And I normally don't go around here, especially here late evenings, because you never know who you're going to see or come across. You're going to always... There's just a lot of unsavory characters around here. People that are basically driving recklessly, like you see that stupid guy on a motorcycle, and then you got this guy in front of me just cutting in front of me without signaling. So you got a lot of bad drivers out here, a lot of people going through red lights, and that's what you got to try to avoid. But this is my hood. I grew up here, so I know which areas to avoid and not to go to. So I'm trying to be very careful, but even though you're very careful, you never know. There may be a shooting or some arguments going on, but as you can see, there are plenty of people out there on the streets walking around and with nothing to do. You never know who you're going to be dealing with, if it's a gangster, a gang member, or some person that's mentally ill. But yeah, you know, unfortunately, it's great to be able to come back to the place where you were born. There hasn't been really a lot of changes in this area, but one thing that I'm surprised is that there's not a lot of trash on the sidewalk. That's a good sign. You know, if the city could keep doing that, maybe some of the businesses will come back. But most of the businesses here in East Oakland are closed. All you see is closed storefronts and a hell of a lot of graffiti. And that's bad. When you got graffiti, it gives people the impression it's out of control, and it is. And I just not even been driving 2 blocks, and I saw a lot of illegal activity, people hanging out, drinking, and that's not really a good sign. But you know, historically, for the last 20 years, the Democratic Party has been in control of the city for years, and nothing has changed. And I don't know why the people don't complain about it. Maybe it's because if they do, they won't do anything anyway. But this is East Oakland, the hood, and I just wanted to give you a glimpse of just exactly where I grew up. I learned a lot growing up over here, and you got to be tough, especially if you go to school here. You know, there's always people that will try to bully you, or people try to take your money. So you got to really have a bunch of friends that you could rely on and depend on if you're gonna survive living in the hood. But I'm just glad to see that at least they're trying to clean up the city. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we are back. Man, I just saw a bunch of people going through red lights, and that's what I'm afraid of when I'm driving around here. You got all these people that you never know if they have insurance or if they got a license. And there's just stupid people here, and that's why I try my best to avoid the area. But I wanted to show you what it's like in America. America is not always a great place. There are parts of it that are bad and unsafe. But you know what? There's still a lot of good people living here in this part of East Oakland. I know a bunch of Filipinos too, from Mindanao and Cebu, that still live in parts of Oakland. But as you can see, one of the bad things about this part of Oakland is too much graffiti. It's really dirty. You got just too many people loitering around. You got a lot of prostitution here. But so far, I've been trying to avoid certain neighborhoods because there's a lot of gangsters. And that's one thing you want to avoid. And you always have to be careful that don't leave your windows open, and don't be driving in those areas that are really bad, because you might get carjacked or you might get robbed. But thank God, I always pray that nothing's ever happened to me. But we're on our way. As you can see, there's no businesses here. So if you're going to come over here to loot, or you're going to try to vandalize buildings and stores and steal stuff, there's nothing here to steal, because companies or businesses don't want to open up shop here. Because if you do, most likely somebody in the neighborhood's going to rob you, or they're going to put graffiti over your building. And it doesn't look nice when you open up a store or a business and next door is a building that's abandoned and full of graffiti. I don't know if you saw that to the right. But now we're heading into Spanish Town. I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way down. It is getting kind of late. But if you look at this area in East Oakland and then you go to the area where I live, man, what a big difference in the infrastructure. But I noticed one thing too that's kind of different after all my years of living here, because I really haven't seen so much improvement as far as bringing in more companies and businesses here. What I've seen is the city is looks like they're putting more bus stations or bus stops here and improving the place where people can catch the bus. But I think they should more focus, really focus on trying to get people to stop vandalizing buildings. And if there's buildings here that are abandoned, because there are people that own these buildings, they should be held accountable of keeping their storefront, even if they're not using it, clean. They should do that. And of course people will come back, but hey, you know, if you want to keep the neighborhoods free and keep out of the riffraff and those undesirables, that's what you got to do. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, well, as I was saying, I really hate to trash my hometown, but hey, you know, after all these years and all the money that federal government gives to the city, nothing has changed. I'm really saddened to see places should have been improved. But look, this is a sanctuary city, and a sanctuary city is where law enforcement can't arrest criminals. Can you believe that? And there's a lot of bad people over here, criminals, illegal aliens. And when you have stuff like that in the city, it produces a lot of crime, and just gives people the impression that you don't want to go here because it seems like the whole area is neglected, and it is. It really is neglected. It's just a bad scene. Well, anyway, that was part of East Oakland, and I think it's time for me to go home, but I'm going to take the long way. I'm going to go towards Alameda, and Alameda is a wonderful city. I have loved that city for years and years, because they really keep their city clean, and it's free from crime. So yeah, we're going to cruise there for a little bit before I go home. Okay, see you in a bit.